Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a super practical DIY project for you. We're building a custom monitor mount that's sturdy, it can be very budget friendly, and it's totally adjustable, especially if you have large monitors. And that was my issue. My issue was that I have large monitors and my current monitor mount adjustable could not fit the size monitors that we wanted to place on my desk. So I decided to get a little bit creative and do what I can to build my own. So if you guys just want something to save a bit of desk space, or if you're looking for a cleaner setup, this one's for you. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're not going to stuff around here. I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like from the start because you guys are here, you want to see if it's worth building. So as you'll see from my setup here, it's quite a clean setup. It is made of aluminium extrusion, and we have mounted a 43-inch Aorus monitor above my 49-inch AOC monitor. The reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted to try 4K out, and I wanted to see what it would be like with HDR, proper HDR. I wanted to see what that was like, and I really liked it, to be honest. That was something that sort of, I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. So I was going to sell one of these monitors, but now I like them so much, I decided to go the dual mount, one on top of the other. But anyway, so it was very hard to find a monitor mount that could hold this amount of weight, but more the size was an issue because they just didn't extend out far enough sideways, and especially not vertical. They definitely would not hold them vertical. So this is where we come in and made our custom one. And it looks quite clean. It looks a little bit industrial as well. It is quite sturdy. That's the beauty of using aluminium extrusion, is it is very sturdy. And yeah, it's quite, I don't know what the word is. It's quite commercial, I guess. It's commercial. It feels commercially built. It is quite strong and can work out pretty cheap. So what we'll do, we'll go over the materials we need to make this happen, the build process as well, go over that, and also we'll talk about, you know, how to put this together and how to make it work. Okay, so the materials. What we'll need to do this will be, you need 2 VESA mount plates. You can either grab them online. I bought these 2 from Bunnings, and they only literally were about 20 Australian dollars each. One thing I would recommend when buying a VESA mount is to make sure that you get something that is flexible enough for you, that it has enough tilt, and that it can obviously swivel side to side, and you have the adjustability that you need. That is the main thing, because if it's not going to adjust the way you like, it probably won't be worth it, and you'll need to buy one that does. You will need the main piece of material, whether you're going to build this out of wood or whether you're going to build this out of aluminium or metal. I built mine out of aluminium extrusion is what it's called, mainly because I have a sim rig and I saw how strong this stuff is. It's amazingly strong. It's very lightweight too, and overall pretty cheap. You can still get it quite cheap. And it's very easy to work with. Anyone can build this, so it's not really difficult at all. It's called T-slot aluminium extrusion, and it could be called something different in your country, but that is what we call it here in Australia. You will have to make sure that you get the right size as well, length piece, because depending on your size of your monitors, for myself, I needed a 1.2 meter piece of aluminium extrusion, and the actual size of it is called 4080 aluminium extrusion, and that's kind of the more general size, so you can get the right bolts and the right T-slots, T-nuts is what they're called, so you can get the right size of those pieces to make it all bolt together, make it work. So we'll need a 1.2 meter piece if you're going to do a 43-inch screen and a 49-inch monitor. If your monitors are a bit smaller, you may not need such a big piece. So make sure you measure it out first, measure your monitors, find out what you need overall to make it work. You also need another piece, like a 20 centimeter piece of aluminium extrusion. and that is for the top part of the bracket, but I'll show you what that looks like, and you can see it in the video and in the images. But yeah, you'll need that as well. And roughly what you'll need is 16 bolts. They're hex bolts, 16 T-nuts, and 6 right angle brackets to suit 4080 is what you'll need. And I'll also have the sizes on the screen for you too, and the lengths, so you know what to get. And you just got to make sure that you get the right T-nuts that do slide into the slots, because they're not all the same. But other than that, you'll need Allen keys, or they're sometimes called hex keys, to actually do up those bolts. You can have optional things as well, and I decided to do this, some cable management clips or Velcro straps to cable manage. And also I do recommend some kind of metal plate to help support your desk, depending on how strong your desk is, depending on the thickness of your desk. You're holding 20 kilos in one central position on your desk, so you want to make sure that you do have some sort of support for your desk. It is optional, you may not need it, but I did it just because I didn't want to break my desk or bend my desk, and it's holding up quite well. It's been like this for 2 or 3 weeks now. Doesn't seem to have a problem, so I would recommend a piece of metal plate if you can do that. And the only other thing, and this will be probably the defining factor of whether this is going to work for you, is you will need some sort of clamp to clamp onto your desk. Now, I was lucky because I already had a dual mount monitor mount, and that's what I was using. And I had a look at this monitor mount, and it had an L bracket or a C clamp on the bottom of it that screws onto my desk, and the holes exactly lined up with 4080 aluminium extrusion. So all I had to do was literally unbolt it and bolt it into my aluminium extrusion. So I was very lucky there. So I would recommend that you find this piece first that could fit your desk, or maybe even rate it off another monitor mount that you may have, or you just buy a cheap one off Facebook Marketplace, and then just make sure that those holes line up to the aluminium extrusion holes, to the slots in the aluminium extrusion, and then you'll be good to go. But yeah, I would recommend that first, or think of another way. This is DIY, so there's nothing stopping you from C-clamping it to your desk as well, with some commercially made C-clamps, whatever you want to use. But it looks quite clean and tidy if you can find a good solid way to screw it to your desk. Why bother doing all this? And for me, I had most of the material at home, so it was quite easy to make. I just winged it all together with all the bits and pieces that I had, and all up it cost me $40. 40 Australian dollars is what it cost me to build this mount. It did help that I had a lot of these components at home. I already had the aluminium extrusion from my sim rig build, which is another video on this channel if you feel like having a look at that. So I already had the material, I already had the brackets, I had the bolts, I had pretty much everything to build it, so it was a no-brainer for me. But for you, you may just want to add it all up and see if it's worth it. But I think to have a custom-made monitor mount that you can always extend out later on, you can always bolt more screens onto, you can customize it however you wish. You will not have to sell your mount and then buy another one. Yeah, I think it could be worth it, but that's totally up to you and your choice. So the build process, let's get to that. So first of all, you want to prep your monitor mount arm, the main one that sticks up through the middle. Obviously, you want to make sure that you cut it to the right size, measure it up, make sure it's going to be fine, or you can get them pre-cut as well, especially aluminium extrusion. If you've ever tried to cut that, little shards of aluminium go everywhere. So yeah, I'd recommend getting it cut from a factory, or purchase it at the right size so you don't have to do that. I would just make sure that whatever material you decide to use, whether that's wood, metal, or aluminium, that it is going to be strong enough to hold up your monitors. Aluminium extrusion is very strong and very light, so that holds up my monitors, no worries, and that's 20.6 kilos. But I feel like it could hold a lot more if I had to. And make sure that your VESA mounts that you buy can also hold that amount. Mine can hold 25 kilos each, so that's doing it easy. But yeah, the weight is probably the biggest issue that you will have. So just make sure that whatever material you use is strong enough to make that happen. And if you're not sure how heavy your monitors are, you can find that on the manufacturer's website. It will tell you how heavy they are without the stands. That's what I did. Okay, so the first thing I would do, or what I did, was mount my VESA mounts, or the VESA plates, to the back of the monitors first. I made sure that they all lined up. You want to make sure that you have the right size VESA mount, because some monitors are 75mm spacing with the holes, and that is what most PC monitors are. But then some TVs have 100mm and monitors have 100mm spacings, and some have 200mm. My Aorus monitor, which is a monitor but it's classed as kind of like a TV to a degree, it had 200mm spacing. So you want to make sure that the VESA mount that you get does have the 200, 100, and 75, or whatever suits your monitors. Just make sure that they're going to bolt on and fit. So you want to bolt them on, make sure they're good to go. You may need spacers as well for some monitors. They don't just bolt onto every single monitor that you get. So you want to make sure that if you need spacers, you have long enough bolts and that you can make that work. So bolt those on first, bolt on your VESA brackets. Then you want to mount the arm to the desk and make sure everything, I pre-bolted on all of my brackets and equipment and the top part of the main arm, made sure that it all sat on there correctly, tightened it all up, and then also the last thing I did was tighten the bottom up and screw the L bracket onto the desk and make sure that it was solid and that it sat there quite well, and also had my metal brace plate on there as well, and made sure that it was sturdy, that it's gonna hold. I'll do that first, and then what I would do is mount your VESA arms to the bracket, to the brace, sorry, to the main piece up the middle. Bolt those on there. Try and get them at the right height that you need them, or even dummy fit them with the screen just to have a look and see. Make sure they're both going to line up with the monitors, and you're going to have just enough space between the two monitors for it to sit there correctly. And then once you've done that, and you've got everything set up and it all looks great, then you can pick up the monitors, and the monitors should slide on. That was what the VESA mounts I had. You could just slide the monitor on the top, and then mine just had a little screw at the back you could screw in to hold that monitor in place. Now, some VESA mounts are all different, but that they kind of just slide in and slide out, and your monitor should sit there quite solid. The brace will hold it up, and then you can just do some finer adjustments to make sure that it works. Yeah, but it's quite simple, quite easy. It's not very convoluted, and it works really, really well. So the only last things that you could do is cable management and just the finishing touches, really. Aluminium Extrusion has the slots in there already where you can actually hide your cables if you wish. That's another pro of using Aluminium Extrusion. So you can just slide your cables through those holes and then use some Velcro straps or whatever you have to hide the cables and make it look nice and clean, which is great. So the pros and cons. Now the pros, it can be very cheap to do, and it can be fully customizable for different monitor sizes. So if you're not using the general size monitors, if you're using TVs or anything like that, you can make this to suit you as long as the weights line up. As long as it can sustain the weight, you're fine. And as long as it bolts down nice and solid, you're good. It does have a really small footprint for what it is, and I like that too. It may not be as small as a factory option, but I feel this is a lot stronger than a factory option and a hell of a lot cheaper too. So that is a great thing. It's got a pretty cool industrial look. which I like as well. So if you've got a bit of an industrial look going on, that can be great. It's awesome for great adjustability and upgradability. So if you want to add more monitors later on down the track, you can always add more aluminium extrusion on to this. As long as you stick within the weights, you're good. You can easily add monitors later on down the track with extra aluminium and extra bracing. So that is good as well. Now the cons. We've spoken about the VESA mounts. You just need to make sure, just depends on which VESA mounts you get. They may be limited by the tilt function as well. So make sure that whichever VESA mount you get, that you get one with enough tilt and that it supports the weight. It's not very easy to move the monitors vertically up and down. So I would recommend that if you are going to do this, that you make sure that you get it as close to perfect as you can the first time you put the monitors on, because trying to move the monitors up and down is going to be very difficult once you've done this. It's just 2 bolts essentially at the back, but it can be quite awkward to get in behind. You can pull your monitors forward, get in there behind there and do that, but I would recommend getting it perfect the first time so then you don't ever have to touch it again. So yeah, up and down can be a bit difficult. Check your desk thickness and probably the overall strength of your desk, to be honest, because it is a bit of weight and it is all sort of focused on one spot. So that metal plate definitely helps. But yeah, 20 kilos or more in the one spot on your desk, you want to make sure that you have a quality desk or something strong enough that's going to be able to hold it. Yeah, the metal plate I would definitely recommend. I would make sure also that when you do up your bolts on the aluminium extrusion, that all those bolts are actually done up correctly, that your T-nuts are holding on to the aluminium and they're not just sitting in the slot and not holding on to the aluminium. Because if you haven't used it before, you can do those nuts up and it may not even grab onto the aluminium. So you may have an unstable monitor mount and not even know it, because it's not visually easy to see. So when you do those up, feel the nut and the bolt and where it grabs onto. Even get a little light in there and have a look just to make sure it bolts in there correctly, because you don't want to put $2,000, $3,000 worth of monitors on your desk and not have them bolted down properly and then have it slide down in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, or one of the bolts comes slightly loose and you smash your monitors. I do not want that. So just have a feel of the bolts when they do up. Make sure that they grab onto the aluminium and then you're good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you guys got a bit out of it and that you go ahead and build your own monitor mounts. And yeah, I hope it increases your productivity. And yeah, I hope it looks really clean and really nice and you guys do a great job with it. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if this is helpful and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.